Yeah, but you know what your diet doesn't have? Doesn't have Arby's in it.
Dude, I want
Oh,
a set of that. I want a set of those dice.
the Arby's
Clinton, do not
dice.
be so stereotypical as to be a fat guy with Arby's dice for a D&D, man. That's just a slap in your old face, man.
Oh,
Missed the Big Montana. The Big Montana with some horsey sauce, and yes, I call it horsey sauce. Put some horsey sauce on that bad boy. Oh my God! Then you dip your curly fries in the cheese dip. Oh, that's a fat boy's dream right there.
well, welcome to Dice Junkies. I'm Zeno Damus. I'm here with
You?
and look who's back.
It's Blood Axe.
All right, we got Blood Axe on the Skype, and next we got a new trailer came from Amazon with the original series, The Wheel of Time, coming out November 19th. I think this was supposed to be their solution to Game of Thrones. It looks interesting. I will say I only read like the first couple of books in the Wheel of Time series. So hopefully with that, I'll be able to enjoy it more because obviously these series rarely go along with the books. So
I hope it doesn't, because the Wheel of Time had a tendency, like, I'm not a fan of the multi-protagonist where you go on full, just excessive side stories, and Wheel of Time would do an entire freaking book about a side character, didn't kill them. So he's not as bad as Game of Thrones. You're a Game of Thrones veteran, and these guys, nah, there's going to be nothing to you. I forgot so much about this that's what's got my interest. I'm like, dude, I've forgotten so much of the Wheel of Time. Because when I read it, it was back when I was reading Lord of the Rings, and I was like a kid, like a young kid. So I'm like,
yeah, I'd started reading it back in the mid 2000s, and it was all right. It was a decent book, but then like Robert Jordan died, the author of the book, and I was like, oh well, they're never gonna finish this, so I just sort of quit reading it. And when they did come back with a new author to finish up the series, I didn't go back and finish it myself. So
I read it way, way back, dude. Like when it was, I remember like I was waiting on books to come out. Like that's when I read it. I was like reading it as they were coming out. So you can go timestamp that. But I remember that it was a decent fantasy series, but it did not hold me for the long haul. Like very long books, and in the end, I kind of floated away to more, other series that pacing was a little bit better for keeping a young person's interest. But it's being done as a show. Who knows it? It looks a little more political than I care for. Like that's why I never got into Game of Thrones. Even though I know Game of Thrones had fantasy elements that eventually winter came, but they lost me long before that because I was just like, I'm not trying to watch medieval Dynasty, or whatever. Like, I'm not into soap operas. And Game of Thrones came off, while awesome, because damn it, Peter Dinklage, man. But like, he wasn't on camera all the time. So there were times that there were other people, and I was just like, oh yeah, you're screwing your sister. That's creepy. Hey, Peter! Lannister always pays their debts, but like, you just can't go in and sit through everything just to see some Dinklage.
I mean, I'm just always, I enjoy watching fantasy themed shows and movies. I like the high fantasy, so I'm happy to see that genre whenever it pops up. Now, like I said, may suck. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. It's not out yet, but it's something I can look forward to and then have my hopes crushed later.
How well has Amazon been doing the original series? Because I can't think of any other series that really caught my eye.
The Boys is a pretty popular one.
Yeah.
Amazon. Actually, I wanted to watch The Man in the High Castle. I just haven't gotten around to starting that series yet. That looked pretty interesting. But this does show that Amazon's willing to put in the funds and the effort to try to compete with the other streaming services, because Amazon Prime is kind of like a oh, by the way, we have the streaming service, but I use it more for shipping.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
every now and then, oh, this is cool. This is on here. I watched Dark Fate. I never would have paid to watch it, but it's on Amazon Prime. So, okay, I'll watch it. And it's about as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay, cool. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. But if they're going to continue to do stuff like this, we'll probably keep Amazon Prime, because the only reason we have it is Mrs. Bloodaxe is in school working on her master's degree and her doctorate. After that, we'll probably cancel it. But if they're going to compete like this and do good quality content that we're interested in, because I'm already ready to cancel Disney Plus. I've already made that publicly known that if they renew KK's contract, that we're done. So if that ever gets announced, then we're done. But Amazon Prime will probably end up keeping that one and go back to the very naughty Netflix.
Well, I just want to say, man, I'm so sorry that you saw Dark Fate. I didn't know. I would have stopped you. I hope you're okay.
I was cooking. It was background noise. I was cooking and looked over down there. Oh, that's Gabriel Luna. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so he's the bad guy. And never mind, I'm not going to get political on y'all guys. But yeah, the story just what they did to the legend and the lore of Terminator just didn't sit well with me at all. I thought that the story was way too political for my taste, and the fact that they tarnished the whole franchise of John Connor and what he was doing, I thought was very, very bad writing, poor decision. I know time travel, you can do all kinds of weird things, different timelines, but yeah, that's almost unforgivable from a fan of a franchise. It's almost as if they had taken Ripley and they decided they wanted to backtrack and kill her off on the Nostromo, and then they'll pick up one of the other characters and make them the main protagonist. That's just not something that you do to a fan base.
It's a literally excellent comparison, because I mean, they literally did Dark Fate over the dead body of John Connor. Like they said, here's what we think of what you like. Blam. Ha, 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 ha. Now, little Mexican girl. And then they didn't even change the story. It's just the same story. Whoa, we changed the name to Legion instead of Skynet. What is it? Skynet.
Yeah.
The hell? And by the way, they still saved by Arnold Schwarzenegger. So they can't even do that right. They couldn't even follow through. Grace just dies because, what? I mean, it's true. Yeah. They still even didn't manage to. Like, if you're going to do it, go all in. You know what I got to give Black Christmas, that last version of Black Christmas? Horrible movie, nightmarishly bad. But boy, they went all in. They did not try to pull back from their power, die. They went all in. So I had to give them credit. I said, from start to finish, they said, we're doing this. And hey, I can respect the person that has a vision, even if it's jacked up, that follows through. Dark Fate didn't even. That's just what annoys me. I'm like, why wasn't the day saved by Sarah Connor? Why is it a day saved by Grace, or at least the little girl? No, they weren't. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger. All this emasculating him, and he still had to save you. You still couldn't do it without a man. What is the message you're supposed to take?
Alrighty. So Wheel of Time, that's going to be on Amazon in November. So check that out if you're interested.
Oh, yeah,
I did hear from some people who were fans of the book and knew a lot more of the lore than I did. I didn't talk to Jarek about it, but they did say that some of the characters were race swapped. So.
Honestly, I forgot there was a male lead for the first part of the trailer, because it looked like, I was like, I thought there was a male character, and they're like, you didn't see a dude for like the first 50% of the trailer, but I just said, maybe I just don't remember.
The story was very women-centric, but it was a male lead.
Well, that's what I said. Like I said, I might be remembering wrong. I wasn't upset. I just was like, oh, I thought there was some guy that you were following, and then finally I saw a guy and said, oh, okay, maybe that's him.
Well, no, Rand was one of the three that was sitting at the table in the trailer. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to check us out. Our Dicejunkies.com has links to where we are all around the internet: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. Of course, as we start going to cons, a lot of those sources will be more active. They've been a little light since we haven't really been going out a lot. But
our hunt for Delta as we go to cons.
Yeah. Look forward to those. Be sure to go to YouTube now. That's where we have the probably the majority of our content with gaming stuff with Blood Axe and Q. I know they've been playing a lot of Aliens Firestorm recently.
Firestorm Elite.
Fire Team.
Fire Team.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
You know what? They ain't changed the Firestorm, dang it. We about the only people playing it. It took us like 2 weeks to find a third person. It's me, Blood Axe, and like 4 lonely people playing this game.
I found one. He bought it over the weekend.
He found a new person.
Oh, wow. So
like you're waiting, like, hey, did you buy Aliens Fire Team Elite? Play with us.
So you don't have to play it just like everybody else. Yeah, go watch it.
Speaking of which, we've got several videos going through the campaign, but I'm going to develop a strategy video probably today to come out, hopefully Monday. That if you are playing Aliens Fireteam, it's going to be a strategy to help you get through Horde to quickly level your characters, not as an intention to complete it, but just so you can power experience your guns and your characters up so you can actually go play the campaign and have fun. So look out for that.
The Xenos. That's the hint. Hint, shoot Xenos.
All right. Be sure to hit that like and that subscription notification button on YouTube, wherever it is. And as always,
somewhere.
Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed.